शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ। सामना करने की शक्ति आत्मा पाए, लाखों तूफान आए पर उसको बुझा न पाए। आत्मज्ञान का अमर दीप ऐसा दिव्य जलाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ। सुख दुख की सारी बातें भली बुरी दुनिया अपने अंदर हम समाते, सागर की हम नदियाँ पीकर दर्द सती के मन को अब तो हंसो हंसाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ।
Good morning and welcome back to Pavitrata series on purity, episode 11 today. We have started this longer discussion on the qualities of holy swans. Holy swans are souls that are observing, studying with God, spiritual knowledge, and also observing brahmacharya, purity. And we said one quality is a cleanliness of the mind, another quality, cleanliness of the body, cleanliness of the heart, and today we will discuss about cleanliness of relationships. Let us start with a few words from the teachings of Raja Yoga. This is from the teachings of 6th of January 1990. It is basically saying that cleanliness of relationships has a foundation in remaining content. Contentment is a basis of our good relationship with anyone, first of all with ourselves, with others, with the world, with those who are having any expectations from us. When we are content and when others are content with us, then we are remaining happy. And this contentment makes us light. If we are light, if we are not experiencing any heaviness, then we are able to help each other, to support each other, and also to stay in that higher consciousness. This light, the lightness of our awareness, the lightness in our thoughts, words, deeds, attitudes, actions, everything is of great help to us and to everyone around us. So we would like to understand how to remain light and content. So the words are, the fourth aspect is cleanliness in relationships? In essence, specially check this. To what percentage is there cleanliness in the form of contentment? Throughout the day, there are relationships with a variety of sorts. You come into connection with three types of relationships. First, you come into connection with those with whom you are serving. Secondly, with those who are your students. And thirdly, with your family. In all three types of relationships, what was a percentage of contentment of the self and of those souls who come into connection with you throughout the day? Is that you yourself will be light in the mind. The sign of your contentment is that you yourself will be light in the mind and remain happy, and that others will also remain happy with you. So the sign of contentment is light and happiness. The sign of discontentment is that you will be heavy in your mind. If you are a true effort maker, then the thought will repeatedly keep coming to your mind, even against your conscious wish. Which thought? I should not have said that. I would have been better if I haven't done that. It would have been better to say this and to do this. Careless effort makers will not even have this thought. So it is positive if we have that thought, maybe I should have done differently, because that thought will help me to observe what was not accurate and change and do it right next time. This burden, these thoughts that you are having will not allow you to remain happy. It will not allow you to remain light. Cleanliness in relationships means contentment. This is honesty and cleanliness in relationship. This is why you people say, one who is true dances. Whenever we have that cleanliness, that lightness in the mind, that truthfulness, we feel as if we are dancing. So one who is true dances, that is, one who is honest, constantly dances in happiness. So did you hear the definition of a holy swan? If there isn't the cleanliness of the truth, then although you are swans, you are not holy swans. You are remembered as those who are complete and perfect. And so check to what extent have you become that. So very clear, we would like to be holy swans. Swans that are clean, holy, which means they see what is pure and they put that purity in their life. That lightness, that cleanliness, that contentment can exist in our relationships when the purity of the soul is in place. There is a story, and in this story, a man had a child, a lovely child, a beautiful child. And the man loved the child very, very much. Until one day when the child left the home. And the man was so sad. He could not come out of sorrow, of pain, of missing his very, very dear child. In despair, the man built an image of the child. He started to carve in wood a statue of the child. And he was working so hard to make that statue, that image, exactly like his memory of the beloved child. When he finished that, he was having less sorrow looking at that image. He was having less pain. But he felt that that image cannot stay anywhere, so he started to build a little temple for that statue. He started to build a beautiful place, and now he was busy. He was very busy with the image. He was very busy with building the temple. He was forgetting his sorrow. Eventually, he finished the beautiful temple and he put the statue in the temple. And then he started to decorate the temple. He started to bring flowers and to bring fragrance and to bring water and to make it every day more and more beautiful. So now he was even more busier with decorating every day in new ways the temple and the image of the very dear child. And time passed by and the man was less sorrowful. He was occupied and he was spending all his time in the little temple looking at the image of his child. Until one day, when the child, the very dear, beloved child, returned back home. And on that day, the man was very busy in his temple, looking at that statue, at that image, being fully adoring that image, that he didn't have time to come out and see his real child, the living child. On the second day, he came out. He saw that he has a guest. He said, "Hello, I don't have much time to talk to you." He went back into his temple, to his adoration, to his devotion to his beautiful child, the statue of the child. On the third day, he came out and he saw the child and he asked him, "Who are you?" And the son said, "I'm your child." He said, "I don't believe you. My child is in that temple. I have an image of him." And he went back into looking at his statue, at this image. On the fourth day, he came out and he said, you are my child, prove it." So the child started to tell him memories of the past and childhood and beautiful memories we had together. But the father was not convinced. He went back into his temple, back to looking at that statue. On the fifth day, he came out and he said, "Okay, let's spend some time together. Let's see if some memories can come back to me." And they did spend a little bit of time together, beautiful time. But most of the day, the father went back to the temple. On the sixth day, the father came out and said, "Okay, I'm going to spend my day with you." And they had a wonderful time. And he started to remember, to feel, yes, this is my true child. This is my very dear, loved child. And only in the evening, he went back to his temple. He did a few things for the statue and brought flowers. On the seventh day, the father came out and said, "What has happened to me? Why you didn't tell me? You have arrived 7 days ago, and I was in that temple looking at that dead image, looking at that statue made of wood. Why you didn't wake me up? Why you didn't tell me you are here? I love you so much, and I was missing you so much, and I was waiting for you so much." And then the father just spent all his time with the child, and they were happy once again. This is a story of our journey. This is a story of all human souls. Who is that beautiful, beloved, dearest child? In our understanding, in the spiritual knowledge, we understand it is God. It is God, the one that plays all the roles in the life of the soul. All the relationships are with God, the Supreme Soul. He is a very dear child. He is a Supreme Mother. He is a loving Father. He is a patient teacher. He is a guru and a guide. All the relationships are with this Supreme Soul. He is the one who has come now to remind all human souls of these relationships. He is the one that can bring light back into the life of human souls. He is the one whose light is always lit. His light never extinguishes. His light never fluctuates. His light never diminishes, never goes up and down. In this light, he knows us as we truly are. He knows that behind every human being there is a soul. He knows that soul. He knows the eternal nature of the soul, the divine nature of the soul. He knows that each one is an embodiment of peace, love, happiness, wisdom. He knows that each one is eternally loving and powerful and worthy of being loved, worthy of the highest regard. This is what God, the very dear and loved child, knows about each human soul. Human souls have become very busy in that devotion, in that adoration of an image, which is a non-living image they have built, a non-living image of God, or a non-living image of a deity, of a goddess, of a human being. They are even adoring stones and pebbles and trees and books and TV people and important people, in confusion and in ignorance, in sorrow. They have completely lost their sense. They do not judge anymore. Now this Supreme Soul is here. And eventually human souls will complain, why you didn't wake us up? Why you didn't tell us that you are here? God would say, I did tell you. Do you want to listen? Do you want to hear that all your relationships can be with the Supreme Soul? Which are the most important relationships? Mother, father, teacher, guru or guide, child, brother and sister, companion, friend, doctor, surgeon, lawyer. All these relationships, all of them, there is only one source, only one friend, only one mother, only one father. And then we can say that we are living in light. Then we can say that we can remain light. Without this relationship with the Supreme Soul, light and lightness is not possible. And all the other relationships with human souls will be impacted by our heaviness. There is only one way to become light. Give that burden to the Supreme Soul. Make that relationship the first and primary relationship. And then from that beautiful relationship, peace, love, joy will emerge, and all the other relationships that we have will be benefited. Regarding light, a few words spoken by Martin Luther King. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King. Plato. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of light. Stars do not pull each other down to be more visible. They shine brighter. Stars do not pull each other down to be more visible. They just shine brighter. And finally, there are two ways of spreading light. One is to be the candle, and the other is to be the mirror that reflects the light. Let us understand the physics of this spiritual light. The light that is physical has certain beautiful properties. Einstein was saying that light is unique. It's the only one that always travels at the same speed. It's 300,000 kilometers per second. Light has two forms. It can be a beam of particles or it can be a wave. They are calling it the duality of light. In the same way that physical light can be both forms, a beam and a wave. In the same way, the spiritual light of the soul, the light of God, is the one that can be incorporeal, subtle, invisible, and at the same time is the one that can be expressed and perceived and run all these scenes of the physical world. It is the one that interacts with this drama of life. It is the one that animates the field. It is at the same time the one that is incorporeal, beyond time and space. The physical light can be polarized. Certain waves can be reduced, and we get a light with only one wavelength. In the same way, the spiritual light, the light of the soul, the light of God can take many forms. One moment, that light can be fully involved in action. Next moment, that light can be completely angelic, beyond everything. The next moment, that light can remember tremendous moments of happiness, moments of complete joy, pure love, a golden age of humanity. Next moment, that light can be in the home of all souls, incorporeal, stable, silent, without any movement. That are all aspects of only one energy of the soul, one energy of God. And eventually, the property of physical light is that it can transform matter. The particles of light can be absorbed by matter and transform it. We understand how the light of the soul can transform this whole physical world. The light of the soul can make heaven out of hell. And when that light is not lit in the sleep of consciousness, in that impure consciousness of being a body, when that light was not there, heaven was transformed into hell. Let us unite our lights. Let us be together with the Supreme Soul, the one whose light is always on. Let us lit our lamps with the light of purity. Let us take this vow of complete purity in the mind, in the body, in the heart, and in relationships. It is this light of the soul in the relationship with the Supreme Soul that will transform the physical world. It is not the other way around. It is not that water will purify the soul or the body. It is the light of the soul, that one that will be absorbed by everything in the physical world and will change this physical world in no time, from the hell that we are experiencing now, from the hell that all human beings are experiencing, into a beautiful, prosperous, harmonious, and well-deserved heaven. Thank you for listening. Let us finish with 1 minute of music.
संगम युग की समझ के महिमा सत्य मार्ग अपनाता, निर्णय कर किस्मत का अपने जीवन दिव्य बनाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ, शिव से योग लगाओ। पत्थर जैसे